Good evening, everybody. Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. This is a link to the past Crosskeys tournament quarterfinals. Alaszun versus Wallkicks, Game 2. And in the booth here, commentating for us, we've got Days Cloud and Jex Rafi. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, Game 2. I actually don't know who won Game 1. I probably should have asked that before the race started.
That's okay, bud. I got you right here. There. It looks like Wallkicks went ahead. He sub-2'd that last seed by a good 13 seconds there. Ended up beating Alaszun by about just about 4 minutes there. So we've got ourselves a pretty good matchup today. I'd say these guys are decent at this game. You know, they've run one or two of these races here. Nope. I don't think anybody's really surprised that we are at this point with these two guys. Moving into finding out who's going to be the champion this year and get that coveted Furiame award.
Yeah, and
role.
I think we are getting started here just shortly. So, as always, good luck we got 30 seconds to go. So, good luck to both Alaszun and Wallkicks. Although, Wallkicks is my bud, so I'm kind of rooting for Wallkicks. I'm not biased here. But good luck to both of the runners, and may the random number gods be in your favor.
And it looks like we were thinking about going off, but we're going to take about another 10 seconds here and watch this timer go down all the way before we head off there. So I can tell you right now, it looks like Wallkicks is going to favor the starting at Link's house. And here we go. Both of them going to start at Link's house and start off with just a little plastic shield that you really can't do anything with.
Yeah, I can absolutely tell you that this is what Wallkicks does. His starting point is he's going to fake flipper here, as Alaszun is doing also. You're going to check the Witch's Shop entrance, see what's there. Then you're going to go over, check the Useless Fairy Cave, probably Houlihan to get some cash, and then kind of see where you go from there.
I mean, this is a pretty standard one there. This is kind of the safe strategy after a point here, because if you do that, you pretty much guarantee, outside of there being something that requires bombs here in the Witch's Hut, that you're going to end up with money that you need for the rest of the game. So if you do go ahead and find a shop, you can go ahead, buy the bombs that you need, or go ahead and be able to maybe pay that bottle vendor, do some things in Kakariko, just generally make your life a little bit easier.
Yep. And then the fake flipper from there, so we got Ganon here. The fake flipper from the Witch's Shop is actually a little bit harder, because it's not just that you have to press left, you have to press up and left in order to get, in order for it to trigger. But Wallkicks got it done, Alaszun's there, and so both are going to get some 225 rupees. Let's see if Wallkicks actually gets all 225. There we go.
It's surprisingly easy to miss one in there. You're like, I'm just pressing left and right. It shouldn't be that hard, right? But it can actually really cause a few problems there. It looks like, so now both runners are going to come over to these two little entrances right next to Lake Hylia Island here. Going to check the fortune teller. We're still fishing for bombs right now. We're going to find TR right there. There's the big chest entrance to TR. Not anything we can do with that now, but we'll see some bombs on the on Lake Hylia Island here and find a dark room over on Wallkick's side, and it looks like Alaszun will probably join him in just a minute.
I didn't have his audio up. Did we hear the hop to where that was the to where it's that's the Ascension Cave?
I did not hear that as well, so I could not tell you right now, unfortunately. I probably should maybe pull his audio up. It looks like that's the one that we're listening to, so...
Yeah, because once I heard the bats, I was pretty sure that was it, and it is.
Yep, and that answers our question there. So that is your Dark World, not Dark World, but Death Mountain access there within the first 3 minutes. Now, Wallkick sitting here with 1 rupee is going to do one of the things that you don't usually do. He's going to talk to the fortune teller here. This is a whole long cutscene, but what's more important for Alaszun right now is that this refills his health. Because being up here, man, it is not exactly the easiest place in the world. You're going to have to... everything up here is going to take 1 heart of damage from you, so you got to be really careful.
Myers Shed just having a piece of heart and a compass.
And we're going to continue on here. I guess, look, so far, both runners, it's kind of funny that both runners end up here sequence breaking now. Alaszun is in trouble here. He's down to a single heart. If he gets pegged by anything, he's going down. Woo.
Okay, one more entrance up here. And we got the dam.
Oh, now that's just a fantastic early find there. Especially when you got the Moon Pearl sitting inside it. That is incredible.
Oh, yeah. Which is nice because usually you'll check those 2 entrances on the Dark World side. But the thing is, without the Moon Pearl, you wouldn't have been able to check it. Well, now you can. Or now you can actually, like, do whatever is in there.
Right. You got a decision here, a little decision point right now. I guess with the Moon Pearl, you probably do want to go check those 2 entrances, but your other option there is you did find a connector on the mountain there. The kind of back of Turtle Rock connector or whatever you want to call that. They're the ferry on the back of Turtle Rock connector. You could decide to chase that too to see if you did put this into logic, because you can get back from that direction pretty easily if you want. Gonna have to see what decision these guys make. I mean, doing this on 3 hearts, it's gonna raise your stress level just a little bit there. Wallkicks! I thought he got nailed there for sure.
Looks like Alaszun is going to go Dark World. As will Wallkicks.
Both of these make perfect sense with getting that Moon Pearl, because, I mean, especially if you go ahead and you find yourself a...
well, there's this one small, slight, insignificant little problem.
Large problem, maybe, if you want to pull it that way, but yeah. That was Paradox Cave, but we don't have any bombs, so we don't have any way of checking anything in there. So both of these guys are going to let out a slight sigh, and then it looks like Alaszun's going to immediately save and quit and go to Sanctuary. Wallkicks is going to join him and find out that we're in the Dark World today here.
Yep. Which actually works out with the Moon Pearl they got. They can still actually check these things.
Yeah, this worked out really well with this. So we're going to take a quick look here. Alaszun didn't look at the pyramid yet. Finds bombs, so yeah, of course he's going to go pick those up and immediately save and quit and figure out what to do next.
You got those bombs. Sucks. Well, okay, Alaszun's gonna check mountain, and that... Ooh, that is the bumper exit.
Well, alright, let's get into Dark World as quickly as possible here, and start finding a whole bunch of stuff here. So, we're just gonna skip Kakariko today. Nobody wants to go to Kakariko. It's kind of a pointless thing to do, so... Alaszun gonna go ahead and save and quit after checking the Dark Lumberjack there and finding a shop to get himself 10 bombs. Now he's gonna go through the back. We're gonna get a very, very quick knowledge on where exactly are our spawn points today. As the other
we have 2 spawn points at the pyramid, so...
Oh, no. Yep, okay, so today you really want the mirror, because you have exactly one place that you can go in the light world. You're going to start from Link's house, basically from now on, until you get the mirror.
Or you end up in Kakariko.
Yeah, Wallkicks finding the grandma connector there on the other side of basically Flute Spot 5 there in the Dark World. finding that and immediately being able to take that back into Kakariko. Gonna jump into the well entrance here, find himself 20 rupees. Kind of nice.
Useful.
Well, and now we're gonna stay in Kakariko because Kakariko does give us, what are we talking here? A good like 14 entrances just in a small area, and we found the bane of every Crosskey runner here. It's an early Eastern Palace without actually having anything we can do in it.
I don't know. By the way, Desert Palace and Deep Center are 5-6 crystals. I try to zig when people zag. If everyone hates Crosskeys or Eastern and Crosskeys, I'll usually just do Eastern and Crosskeys. I know it's kind of like other people like hate Swamp Palace. I'm always like, I'll do Swamp.
I mean, it's one of those things there. You would rather find it later in the seed, or you'd rather find it with some better equipment there, because you like, if you have like boots or something like that, you can definitely make Eastern not as miserable. If you go in there just as is right now, kind of can just feel slow, and you'd prefer being able to do it later.
I understand that. I'm also just contrarian by nature, but
it's fair here. First tree pull of the day. Looks like we're gonna get blue rupees there. I'm gonna guess that is gonna probably be our second level things there. Alaszun immediately going for the Eastern dip here, so we're gonna get a little bit of a variance just to see exactly what is gonna be in these first 3 in logic checks, and I assume Alaszun will be able to take care of the last one though, although just doing it with bombs isn't the easiest. We got a vanilla lumberjack tree today, and it looks like that is just going to be 20 rupees, so we are not going to need to beat Aga Tower, wherever that sucker is.
Nope.
I'm just kind of casually listening to Wally sitting there running around on 1 heart like it's no big deal. Gets a small key to Ice Palace, and it's going to continue on. I guess maybe kind of curious, probably head over towards the Sanctuary or this, because we're still looking for the Uncle Drop, I'd say, and still looking for what's the other thing? The well.
Yeah, normally early on you'll want to be looking for drop points just because you're trying to figure out where Ganon is, know if you got to do Aga 1 or Aga 2. But I mean, we've got Ganon today. That is at Sanctuary. Have we seen the well yet?
No, so it looks like there's a good chance that we're looking for the well it's going to either be at the vanilla Uncle Drop there, Castle Drop, or it could be at the Smith Drop there, the vanilla Magic Bat one. But I guess we're going to get to that here at some point, as Wallkicks is now going to wander around Dark World. Looks like Alaszun had no problem with that Eastern Dark Room, even without any sort of bombs here. He's going to have to damage boost through these anti-fairies really quick to see if this last chest has anything, or if he's just spent some time in Eastern and gotten nothing. That's unfortunately the truth, it looks like. That's a whole lot of nothing for Alaszun out of Eastern Palace.
So Wallkicks, meanwhile, is going to do Skullwoods. Got a bottle.
I mean, definitely something you will be very, very, very good, very happy to see there, because that a bee in that bottle. That bee can actually be your best friend at some point, especially when you're running around in the early game without a sword. There's a couple of kill rooms that you can actually really do a lot of good things with.
Wallkicks got that key. Gonna take a death.
Looks like we now know 100% that the well is going to be at the castle. And now we got to get through this one really annoying little room here to be able to check what's in here. We now know that the well at the castle there because Alaszun found Uncle Drop sitting there at the magic bat entrance. It's going to take a little bit more time here, be able to find some more things. Alaszun finds Spike Cave, which, if my history with him is anything to go by, is going to have his fire rod. And we now know that the Moon Pearl's in logic, because there's the other end of that one cave that we found on top of the mountain. There's a small key to pod being found over there by Wallkicks, along with a small key to Turtle Rock. Alaszun finding the big key to Ice Palace in the back, and hey, wait a minute, the fire rod's over here in the Cave 45.
Very interesting.
Okay, now that's actually kind of good for Alaszun there, being able, because he put off going into the Skull Woods area when he found that first drop. Now he's going to end up having the fire rod when he goes over there, so he's going to not isolate that one back of Skull Woods entrance that is just really, just unbelievably annoying to get to.
There's our well. So that'll mean, since we haven't seen Uncle, that'll be at the Magic Bat spot.
Right.
Library's got Desert West, we got a Hoard of Cash, and that's about it.
Actually finding Super Bunny Cave right there on Alaszun's side is pretty good, because he can now go ahead and hop right back in there here in just a minute as we find the Smiths. One of the best places you could possibly find the Smiths there, right underneath the other one.
Pretty much. Alright, Wallkicks has not seen this one, so he's going to get the bad news of one of your starting points is pretty much right next to your starting point.
Yeah, kind of curious what he's going to end up doing there. With him already heading over towards the pod area, I wouldn't be surprised to see him just immediately do that. Ooh, Alaszun going for the super smooth throw the bomb, get on the right pixel, and bounce across that opening. Unfortunately, that's he walked a little bit too far up and ended up going right down the pit. When it works, though, God, it's so pretty when it works.
Alright, Super Bunny Cave has Peace Heart and small key, and I, of course, missed the text.
I want to say it was pod key. Wasn't 100% sure. I kind of was glancing up at Wallkicks right now as he's making his way back to opening up the vanilla pod entrance here, as Wallkicks finds the way onto right side of Death Mountain here, East Death Mountain. Finds himself his Skull Woods back entrance here. So going to be able to get one item out of this, and then going to take the damage early here. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
It's going to drop a bomb.
Yep. Now with the fire rod, good news is you could beat Mothula. Bad news is you don't have a sword to beat Mothula.
Right. Right, and in Wallkicks' case, he doesn't have a key to be able to beat Mothula either. Is kind of the thing. There's one of those things. One of the reasons why getting in there is always such a kind of a nice thing. Now, Wallkicks finding Laser Bridge there in Pod. That's not a great place for Laser Bridge to be, if we're being honest.
Executing the laser skips very well. Alaszun, meanwhile, found Agate Tower and gets a 6th heart.
All right. Now it looks like heading back over to Kakariko there. We're gonna clean it up over on Wallkick's side here. He'll be able to get his fire rod, maybe a couple of other things. Maybe end up on the top of here as Alaszun finds Sick Kid over on the right side of Death Mountain. Now that's not great for him because unfortunately he doesn't have a bottle that Alaszun has. Well, now we're going to play Dodge the Murder Dactyl, and successfully dodged over on Alaszun's side. Heading back to Skull Woods right now. He's going to pick up this bottle and probably say a nice happy word under his breath, and then hope that the fire rod opens up something rather big for him.
So Wallkicks, meanwhile, is cleaning up what he did not see in Kakariko. And again, this is the quarterfinals, so definitely give both Alaszun and Wallkicks follows on Twitch, because this is certainly going to be a very interesting race.
Oh, it's been a ton of fun just getting to this point here between these two runners. They've had to go quite a long way to find everything, and it's just kind of they've done really well here. Started off with Wallkicks going ahead and being able to take a 2-0 victory over T-Stew there in the first part there. Alaszun went ahead and beat me. So, good job, bud. And took a 2-0 victory over myself to secure his spot here. Both of these runners they're known as just two of the best Crosskey runners around. So if you enjoy Crosskeys, 100% go ahead and give these guys a follow.
So now we've got an inflection point coming here, where Alaszun, because he has the fire rod, he'll be able to check. Well, he'll be able to check the fire rod spot. But I think he's going to do the checks first before checking this back to Skullwoods, I mean.
I'm a little surprised, to be honest. I'm almost at this point wondering if this is just something where you've gone ahead. If you've gone ahead and done this, like, do you just forget that you have the fire rod until right about now and then going to have to double back? I don't know.
We shall see.
Oh, almost. Oh, this is okay. Alaszun is in a very, very awkward situation here, but he's gonna go ahead and take a death warp real quick and basically take care of all of that just a blink of an eye. As Wallkicks picks up his compass from the uncle here, and I want to say that this is nothing as well as over here. He gets the ether medallion. Okay, so that is a possibly something.
And now we're going to see Alaszun go to the back of Skullwoods.
And yeah, like you mentioned, this if this turns out to be something, this could really give Alaszun a quick early advantage here. So we're gonna burn this open and find that it is that is a whole lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is one thing that Wallkicks will probably not go back into that area unless he gets super stuck or possibly finds the Skullwood Big Key, because that is just isolated 100% by itself there. But Wallkicks very quickly remembering, oh yeah, right, I did find Paradox Cave up here, and this does has 7 items in this, and currently I basically have a fire rod to kill things. So let's see if I can improve that situation a bit.
Also have a bomb for bomb jumping.
This is true now. Yeah, there's a lot more things that he can do up here. It's a key to GT here. Now, handling this next mini Moldorm room can be a little bit iffy. Gonna have to see exactly which method he goes for. Oh.
It just gets all 3 with 1 bomb. So, lucky duck.
That's the best way to do it, typically. You need the Moldorms to play nice. But yeah, no, not Alaszun, Wallkicks just nailing all of them there. Really nicely done. Unfortunately, not really getting anything for it. So, yeah. On we go.
Here we go. Alright, one of those leads to the Pond of Happiness Island.
Can't do anything with that because we don't have flippers and we don't have a bow to be able to go ahead and Scylla glitch our way into the water either. So gonna check the bottom entrance here. Now Alaszun, on the other hand, we're going down south, take a few things, and we found a very interesting connector there into the Misery Mire area.
Probably the best one to find, because then you don't have to worry about the medallion.
True. And what's more is you kind of know that you probably mitts are questionable at this point. Like, you don't need to find mitts, you don't need to find the flute necessarily, which is kind of nice. But Alaszun, on the other side here, down at the dam, that is where GT is today. Now, he can only do 2 things at the moment.
Big Key to Eastern.
Well, yeah, but one of them is get a big key to Eastern Palace, which is good, but all at the same time Alaszun's going, oh man, I've already dipped Eastern.
Which is why people hate dipping Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, when it's there like that, just sitting quite away from quite a ways away from pretty much anything else that they can do. You kind of feel like a lot of times that it's the better play to jump into Eastern there. It's not a happy scenario, pretty much no matter what you do, though.
Desert or Swamp House was at the entrance on the way to Desert, and there's Pod.
Okay, so that's the Dark Sanctuary there on Alaszun's side. So
Wallkick side.
Wallkick side, yeah. Sorry, thank you.
No worries. $20. I used to be so skittish of Pod in Key Sanity, but Wallkicks actually gave me a piece of advice that kind of makes a lot of sense, which is, if the seed wants you to go into Pod, it's going to give you the keys to do it. And so I feel less worried about having to go into Pod, because you'll find the keys if you need to.
Right. And this one key always kind of makes it interesting here, because it does put these two chests here into logic right behind the door here. So we get those flippers. Those flippers that Wallkicks found there is going to be 100% in logic. Now, with that money, that's going to open up pretty much everything around the Zora area as well. So now Wallkicks deciding that it's not worth taking the time to mimic clip or anything like that. Just going to take those flippers, and we're going to start looking for some other things.
The dam was on the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our runners have available one chest, the first chest in Swamp, but until we find the logistical, well, right now the lamp or flute or some other way to get up there, that's out of logic at this point. Wallkicks finds a hair at the Curiosity Shop and the big key to Mire.
All right, we are starting to move a little bit faster here on this side now. Alaszun not nearly having the luck here that Alaszun did with these mini Moldorms, or that Wallkicks did with these mini Moldorms. God, I'm gonna make that mistake 20 times today.
Yeah, it's all right.
But ends up getting him down there, so he's got his items down. So Wallkicks maybe a little bit more of advantage right now, as it looks like. I want to say that Hinox just showed us that our stun prize today is going to be a piece of heart, or a little heart there.
Wallkicks gonna work back to Skullwoods, most likely just to check the Skullwood's back entrance.
Alaszun goes ahead finds his connector into the Mire area here. Now, from looking at it, looked like we've got two of the two connectors into Mire there. There's the other one that's going to be the Spectacle Rock connector whenever we find the other sides of those. As Wallkicks is about to get the news that it turns out, yeah, nothing over here, so...
Nope.
Get a quick save and quit here and going right back to the cave. So he's going to jump right back on here. Now, we should probably be keeping a note of how many times that both of these runners are able to dodge that murder dactyl on the way down, because if the RNG just wants to nail you, that bird is going to hit you, and they hit hard.
I will say murder dactyls, it's easy to avoid them. You just have to know, like, the way you do it is you kind of almost have to dance with them, like how Wallkicks did. Is you basically, when they start going in a line, they're going to go until they stop. Oh, there's powder and a Skullwood's key. And so it's a long enough to give a B to get a B.
It was even worse than that. You gave up a good B to get a B that's going to get away on there. And T-Stew, thank you there for pointing out the one of the new things on the new releases here is that if you look at the top left corner of Alaszun's screen right now, we do know that Turtle Rock is going to be appended today. That little P right there next to the magic bar. That's brand new as of, I want to say, maybe like 3 days ago. One of the new quality of life things that they put in there. If we have the map, we're going to be able to know just by walking into the dungeon whether or not it is a pendant or a crystal.
It honestly freaked me out because I didn't see that, and I started doing a ladder race, and I'm like, what's this C? And then I'm like, oh no, what button did I press? Did I just do something wrong on my emulator? Am I about to be disqualified? It's like, oh, that's in the game, not in the emulator. Anyway, Blind Hut not really having much right now.
As usual, you get a 5-item cave there, you get really excited, you get the boots out of the back, and then you completely shut your commentary team up.
Pretty much.
All right, so yeah, Wallkicks can move a lot faster than he could a second ago. So he's gonna be dashing around here, man. He's probably really happy. Now, on the other side, Alaszun going ahead, jumping over to the laser eye exit of Turtle Rock leads him up on top of Dark Death Mountain here. This is a good thing for him to find. Again, one of those things where at the moment we find ourselves a mirror, these guys have a huge amount of things that they can do.
Meanwhile, we found a French vanilla Thieves Town.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, you can't finish it because you don't have the big key nor a way to kill blind.
But we do get a couple more pod keys. So that's kind of nice. Oh. Alaszun finding the right fairy to trade your bee in for there over at Sasharalla's hut, because that one is going to give you a blue potion if you chuck a bottle in. So, you know, well done there. Well, Alaszun, Wallkicks has gotten his 4 items there. We're going to take a quick death warp out of Thieves Town. Going to go over here, check the digging game. See how many digs it takes for him to pull out an item. That's 1 dig for a whole 10 arrows there.
Finished up before you could even finish describing it.
Oh, if the game wants to be that easy, sure, no problem. I mean, so Stumpy gonna go ahead and give us a small key to Thieves Town there. So that's a good one there, because as soon as we do find a big find the big key to Thieves Town, that is gonna put all of the chests back in logic. So that'll be a little bit better for sure.
Dark World Bonk Rocks. Chicken Hut. That'll give us an item. Just compass. Not really worth it.
Nothing that anybody's going to be too particularly interested in here now. Alaszun on the other side is about to walk into pod, so he's got 2 keys though. So he'll be able to get into the back, and so he should at this point leave around, depending on whether or not he wants to mimic clip is going to be the big question here. He could go ahead and basically leave only 4 items behind. It's going to be kind of up to him how much he wants to do. Oh, he does have a blue goo as well. If he wants to burn his blue goo on the on getting those 2 items, which I kind of imagine he will, yeah, he will be able to go ahead and get over to that side as well. A little bit easier. Good point there by Tofile there. One of our great trackers, Jinxie Girl being the other one, as Wallkicks finds Mini Moldorm Cave, gets himself a sword and a small key to Misery Mire.
Why? The 2 hearts are also kind of nice.
I'm pretty sure both these runners can beat this game on 3 hearts if you force them to, but they're definitely not going to say no to that. That's for sure.
There's a story there. Alaszun, meanwhile, was trying to set up a potion glitch.
Does it work if you didn't? I imagine it works if you didn't knock the yeah, okay, I guess it does. Sure. I've never seen it done before where you knock the wall open after doing the potion, but yeah, I suppose it does. Alright, find out if there's anything over here on this right side, and, well, some bombs. And Alaszun choosing not to go deeper.
Doesn't look like it. So, funny story, I have a friend who hates Plandos and decided he was going to make a Plando. His Plando was, put everything in Hyrule Castle. Oh, by the way, here's Hyrule Castle. Put everything in Hyrule Castle and Kakariko except the health. So you could beat the game 3 hearts with Butter Sword, Red Mail, and literally everything. And yeah, I actually took the bait and did that. That is the one time I have finished this game with 3 hearts.
I mean, in that case, you kind of have to, right? So, all right. So that's another interesting entrance there for Wallkicks. So now we haven't found all of the really interesting connectors yet. We play the choke point on this seed right now is not having a mirror means we don't have a way of checking all of those lovely other locations that are locked behind it. Because we found all of the ways to get to them, we just can't do that. So like the list of things that we are going to want to do here pretty soon is getting to be kind of long. So Wallkicks now going to find GT. Now he's got three items he can get in here, which is a little bit better than the 2 that Alaszun could have gotten.
Zora just having a compass.
Yeah, Zora, as usual, not having anything of interest for our runners today. So those flippers have so far unlocked a whole fat lot of nothing. Small key here on the torch in GT. Wallkicks bonks it off, finds another key to Misery Mire there. So that's going to give him 2 small keys to Misery Mire. That's getting close to the interesting number of finding 3, which will logically unlock the left side of Misery Mire. And Alaszun's going to take a second here and have to do a very awkward bomb jump without a sword. Here, he's going to go ahead and try to get this big chest here, having picked up the Skullwood's big key. Then I totally missed where he found it. Finds 20 rupees out of it. Ah, it was on Hobo there. There you go. All right.
All right, so we're going to see Light World Shopping Mall from Wallkicks is the other side of Bumper Cave.
That is not particularly helpful here. I guess this is probably a good point time to bring up that we haven't found a glove yet, which would be rather useful as well. We're going to find Hype Cave with our hammer. That's a big find there. That'll give us a few good things. A small key to Desert Palace as well, so we do have a part of the other side of that will open up the 2 chests on the right side of Desert Palace. We're gonna look at that rock and go, man, I'd really like to be able to open that right now, but without a glove, we won't be able to do anything.
Nope.
Now it is time for Wallkicks to go ahead and make his way up here as we see Alaszun taking a second there, finding a big key there on the other side of that spectacle rock thing. Now, the boots, if you can hover, which Alaszun is about to get the boots here in about the next like 10 seconds. If you can hover, you can go ahead and get that big key. You just the only way that you can get that is if you can hover across that gap. I'm 99% sure that Alaszun can. And I'm curious to see if he's just going to immediately turn around and get it.
One thing I want to go back to real quick, since we found the hammer, is there's a very interesting sequence break we could do right now. In terms of being able to, with that hammer, you could do pretty much all of left side GT. Now you've only got 1 key, so you basically would be burning your 1 key in order to do the left side checks. But between bonking and bomb jumping, you'd be able to check everything on left side.
Yeah. I mean, you would be able to do quite a bit there. It is kind of a question, though, like you mentioned. It is the key situation means that you are going to sequence break an absolute ton of things there, but most of the stuff over on that side does require, well, at the very least, it requires a hook shot for the Stalfos room. But for the other stuff there, it's going to take either 3 or 4 keys to go get. So there is kind of a question what you want to do there. All right. Wallkicks probably forgetting that he has a hammer there, taking a death warp. And just ends up pretty much back exactly where he would have been a second ago anyway. So now we're going to take these small keys that we found, and we're going to start poking around in the back of Pod here now. Wallkicks having 3 keys doesn't exactly put this into logic quite yet. You technically need 4 keys for these next three chests, but at some point in Crosskeys, you kind of have to assume that the other key to this area is just something you haven't found yet.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing with Crosskeys is you want to try to minimize trips. And so as much as never fails, Pod always has one of its keys in Pod. Never fails.
All right,
but anyway, sorry, to finish up, you want to be trying to minimize trips. Even though logically, yes, you're not going to be able to get much back here, and that pod key is locked behind 4 keys at this point. The thing is that you still are going to try to do what you can to minimize having to come back here.
Right. Oh no, you're 100% right. Like you're gonna want to do. You want to be as efficient as possible on your clears there now. I mean, it is worth pointing out that, yeah, those chests are 4 key locked and the lamb. But at the same time, if you get a chance to clear out some of this stuff, you're just going to do it. You're going to keep it in the back of your mind that, later in the seed, maybe I might not need to go this way, or this is... a certain area is definitely not going to have something that I need. But at the same time, you're just going to do it because you're there. Typically, coming back is much slower than just doing it while you're there. And putting something off means you could go ahead and last location your flippers in Dark Cross. Just because you didn't feel like doing it right there because of logic reasons.
Wallkicks going to use the hammer to check this one entrance, which is just upgrade fairy. So save and quit.
I'm sorry if I'm confusing chat there. I was using an old example of basically losing to Alaszun. Sorry if I confused people.
I think this is the GT play I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, and there is a whole lot of stuff back here, like you mentioned, that Wallkicks is going to be able to get. Now we're going to have to see exactly how far he goes. I imagine he'll just grab everything, basically with the same idea as before of, you're here, let me do it now. So we're going to have to set up one bomb jump here to get across this one area. Everything else is bonkable with these boots.
It's bonkable. That said, The only... Okay, so we got book there. That's still out of logic because of the bomb jump.
Right.
Now this... Now, the double fire bar room here is in logic because the logic assumes bonking. And I think because of the situation... Well, this is a map, so who really cares?
This is where the keys start coming into play, though.
Yeah.
Like that one right there is 4 keys locked. I want to say this next one. I forget how much this next one is. I want to say 3, but I don't think it is. I always forget this next one. I know the room after that is Rando room does require 4.
Jay Coper telling us it's 3.
Right. Okay. That's what I thought. I knew it's 4 for Rando room, and hilariously enough, it's also 3 for Armos Knights. If you want the explanation for why it's 4 for Rando room and 4 for the Compass room over on the right side there, but only 3 for Armos Knights there, I'm sure there are people in the chat who are more than willing to take the time to explain that one to you.
While they're explaining it, Alaszun found a bow, which is good. However, we need the sewer key before that bow's in logic.
Right. Now, and I'm actually kind of kind of looking down at Alaszun's pod key count and seeing that he has 5 keys. Now, the only thing that's kind of interesting is that he doesn't have hammer yet.
Wait, we had GT Big Key?
We did it. The GT Big Key was like the first big key that we found in this seed. That was ages ago, actually.
Oh, you know what it is? When I'm looking at the tracker, I was looking at the TR Big Key and being like, oh, we don't have the GT. It's like, no, look down. So that was my problem.
No worries. Now Wallkicks is gonna sit here and just basically mash his sword for a good like 20 minutes. So we'll check on him here in about 5 minutes, and Alaszun is gonna work his way through connectors here and find out where everything is in Hyrule Castle. Ooh, okay. Wallkicks is now gonna have to deal with the Armos Knights bouncing around a little bit. It's still. This is his best option. Unfortunately, it's just the fighter sword. He's got nothing else in his inventory right now that's particularly good. He can go ahead for Fire Rod on probably the last one if he chooses. I'm not sure his magic situation, if that's going to be a better option than just using the fighter sword. Now, for people rooting for Alaszun over there, the Hype Cave has his hammer, and the Hype Cave is Light World Shopping Mall. Basically, he needs to go down to the bottom right section of his map. There is a small key to GT locked behind Armos Knights, which is funny because that's the 4th GT key logically, which means the other 2 are yet to be found. And we now have both runners just kind of basically going over each other's steps right now. Probably a good point to say, yeah, again, make sure you follow ZeldaSpeedRuns here, because they've been putting on this entire Crosskeys tournament. We're down into the, what was it, quarterfinals or semifinals? I always get those two mixed up.
Quarterfinals.
Thank you. And there is a lot of good Crosskeys yet to come here. I know there's a couple more races coming up between Goomba and Zelda the San over the next few days there, so make sure you follow the channels here to don't miss a thing. Yeah, and Jay Coper asking a pretty good question there in chat. What was actually locked on that side on left side of GT? And I'm kind of going with, yeah, the best thing was the book, and that was only locked behind the hook shot. And calling the book good is questionable at the best of times. I mean, pretty much what we can do with that book at the moment is we can open up one thing. We can open up the desert main entrance there. We could also read the pedestal if we were so inclined, but I mean, that's not exactly a check that we're going to be beating down the door to go do at this point, because really it seems like what we're missing is we're missing our next big piece of the puzzle, which has got to be either mirror or a glove. And right now, both of these runners are just trying to figure out exactly what it is the game wants them to do next, because we're still missing. I mean, we're missing a handful of dungeons. There's just a list of things that we need to find. Alright, so we've got this desert small, and it looks like that is what Wallkicks is deciding what to do now. So we're going to head here first. Now, over on Alaszun's side, we're headed back into the Lost Woods. Now, for Wallkicks, we do know he's going to be able to get basically 4 items here out of the front, as we see a big key here on the torch. Now, this is going to be the big key to Desert Palace. Fun. All right, so we get 5 things out of Desert. That's what I meant to say. 5 things.
Never change, game. Never change. Ha! Never change, game. Never change.
Well, I guess we'll continue.
You don't say. You don't say. All right, there's the Hyrule Castle key, so that puts the bow in logic.
And that'll be that's something that could be very, very good for Wallkicks here, because if he makes his way to Hyrule Castle, that'll give him his bow, that'll give him the back of this, and could end up with him maybe only going into Eastern Palace one time. He's gonna get a glove out of the right side of Desert Palace here, along with Blue Mail. Desert is basically acting just like Desert is supposed to act in the vanilla game, just with things slightly shuffled around.
That Desert Small was with the hammer over in the shopping mall. Desert East getting us up to the top of Hyrule Castle. We can really only check this one chest, which is just a fairy.
Yeah, unfortunately, not having a cape or a Master Sword means we can't really do anything. Looks like that Eastern Palace big chest not really having anything to speak of, or at least if it had anything, I didn't see. Now, we're gonna go right to Armos Knights over on Alaszun's side. Wallkicks is going to show us that he's found a way on top of the mountain here. So we're going to actually put this book to use in just a minute.
Yep. First, we're going to see what's in Hera, which is the other side of the Ice Rod Cave. Alright. Ether Tablet. 3 bombs. Alaszun, meanwhile, going on Armos Knights, working on the quick kill, 5 arrows to the right. And 13 arrows down, gets a map to Misery Mire and a crystal.
That would be crystal number 1 for this entire seed over there on Alaszun's side there, at just under the hour mark. Now that might seem a bit slow for people who haven't seen Crosskeys before, but there's a decent chance that their next 6 crystals could come unbelievably quickly here. When Crosskeys wants to go fast, it goes really fast.
That it does.
Alaszun, unfortunately, heading back into desert right now.
Does not have that small key. So we'll at least get the big key. Get the mushroom. Meanwhile, Wallkicks is going to go finish up back of Skullwoods. And I gotta say, I kind of like this play, because at this point, you've done a lot of the overworld checking. You've got a fair number of items. Start dipping dungeons and start trying to see, you know, what are crystals and what isn't. Some Mothula time. Although, wait, we just found the back of desert.
We found the back of desert, didn't we? I'm not sure how. I don't know where this was. It's in CAC, and I just did not see it. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Alright. Got another Turtle Rock small key and another crystal.
All right, so Crystal over there on Wallkicks' side, his first crystal there at an hour in, and we know that Alaszun is about to get another crystal here. Now, the problem for Alaszun is like you mentioned there is if that other glove is buried or God forbid locked behind it itself, or locked behind the glove over on in the other side here, Alaszun could really be in kind of a bad shape here, even though he's going to have the crystal advantage after this fight here. As
Gets 2 Lambos done with 1 fire rod shot though, so now just got to deal with the 1.
Okay.
And they're silvers. Nice.
Oh wow! So that means even for Wallkicks, then that's fantastic news for him. If he goes and clears Desert first, he's going to be able to clear Desert Palace, get that bow, and then immediately turn around and be able to clear Eastern Palace, which is right next to that. That quite possibly is. I mean, that's good for Alaszun for sure, but it might even be even better for Wally.
Alright, turning in Sick Kid. Just $20. Why are you stealing a kid's allowance?
And Tofile there, kind of bringing up an interesting point there. If Alaszun goes ahead and turns in this mushroom eventually here, he will end up and immediately go down to check it. The potion shop is at the mini Moldorm cave entrance right there. That will push him towards theoretically towards the area where his hammer and other goodies are. Now, whether or not he actually goes there is that's gonna be up to debate.
Okay, Wallkick's gonna turn in Magic Bat. hurry. 15 turns.
Yeah, there was a reason why I said I signed up to do this, do commentary for these guys. I didn't expect them to make me wait very long for to find things, and so far they have definitely held up their end of the bargain. They are in a great hurry. We're still missing quite a bit, unfortunately. Now, one of the good things is we know from Alaszun that the ice rod is not theoretically required at this point. I mean, there is the small possibility that we'll find it on there as we get our third Misery Mire small key over on Wallkicks side. It does make the left side of Mire there, the fire-locked side of Mire, a little bit more interesting.
Okay, this will be Mimic Cave check. Wonder if Wallkicks will head south after this, and then do Eastern and Desert like we were thinking.
Yeah, for Wallkicks, you kind of want him to do Desert first. I imagine he will, just because, completable dungeon versus non-completable dungeon.
You also know it's a crystal because of the 5-6 check.
That is true. There is I was about to say, I can't not believe that Wallkicks has not checked the mushroom spot. Then I realized he's going to check Ped here as over there, Alaszun does take down Moth for his third crystal there. So we went from 0 crystals a second ago to... Oh, there's a sword on Ped. Ew.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be getting that one. No, don't think it.
Nah, it's... man. I'm trying to think of a situation where that would be the best option, though. It doesn't take. I mean, if that's the thing, depending on what our other pendants are, that's not terrible.
I mean, we know Turtle Rock's a pendant. That's part of the thing is.
But this is Crosskeys. Turtle Rock as a pendant in Crosskeys is actually fantastic. That's not long at all.
Fair point.
So that's why I'm kind of it's usually you see that and go, I'm never getting that. And this time you go, I don't think I'm getting that, but I might.
Smooth Jedi, don't remind me. I still have traumatic trauma about that. I had a ladder race. First sword, 3 hours in. Ice Palace Big Chest. Next sword, mushroom off of pedestal. The other 2 swords on the both tablets.
Sounds fun. as Wallkicks is now about to take down his Landmos real fast, goes ahead, does this super fast there, 0 cycle over on his side. Alaszun goes ahead, gets through his laser skips, gets his 4 items on Laser Bridge, and saves and quits and is back to the old man. So Wallkicks goes ahead, gets his second crystal, and is about to go and I imagine finish the Eastern here and get the 6 items that are inside there.
Yep, that's exactly where he's heading.
Okay, so what are we missing right now? So we're missing Ice Palace as far as dungeons go. We're missing Misery Mire. And yeah. That's pretty much as far as locations go. Now for actual items, we're gonna need, well, it's kind of hard to say right now because we don't have our crystal information. Probably need a King of Samario. Probably need a hookshot.
We'll definitely need another sword. Hey, I know where one is!
we do know where the other one is, so yeah, this is gonna be an interesting little decision here. Gonna need a Thieves Town big key. Yep, that is 100%. We do need a Thieves Town big key because that is one of the few crystals that we do 100% know right now, thanks to it being a red one. Now, Alaszun, unfortunately, with his 4 pod keys right now, he can open everything in here. But if he had gone to the Light World shopping mall right now, he'd be able to just full clear the entire dungeon. Instead, he's going to have to come back for Helmasaur a little bit later. But we are going to get to see what are locked behind these six places, and that's a big key to Thieves Town there. That is a big find, depending on how many keys Wallkicks finds before he comes back. Now, there's a little bit of discrepancy here. I'm seeing Wallkicks having 4 pod keys marked on his personal tracker right now. So if he wants to, he could just come back and pray there's nothing else in pod. That is 100% could be an out for Alaszun here, who probably is, I don't know, maybe... It's still really hard to say here at an hour and 10 minutes if anyone has an advantage. If gun to my head, I'd probably give it to Wallkicks by a little at the moment, just because of the glove and hammer situation. But that could definitely evened things up just a bit.
Yeah, the one thing that works in Wallkicks' favor is that Thieves Big is behind, being in that vanilla big key chest, is behind all 6 keys. So, the thing is that if you're gonna end up doing pod, he's got 4 right now. He just needs to find 1 more, and then he'll be like, okay, I've got the keys to do both the last chest and Helmasaur. So, it really depends on where the other ones are, but we know we're gonna find them, and we know, okay, we know they're not going to be in Thieves Town. Wallkicks doesn't know right now, but...
Yeah, the biggest question is going to be exactly what does Wallkicks do immediately after this? Because like there's probably a large part of him that says, you know what, I'm just going to go clear pod. Because I mean, what are the chances that that big key chest there sitting in pod has an item I actually need? Unfortunately, we know, it 100% has something you need.
Mm-hmm. Tanarin has subscribed for the Twitch Prime sub for 11 months in a row. So thank you for the subscription.
And you know what, Tofile there, again, bringing up a very good point here. If Alaszun goes ahead and pings his way directly to Thieves Town right now, he's going to leave behind the Thieves Town big chest, which, I mean, that's the fun of Crosskeys to a point there, is that there's so many scenarios and outs and other things are very, very awkward, as Alaszun is almost getting there for that big key across that gap. Trying to look here. What could that big key have been? There could have been the Turtle Rock big key, could have been the Swamp big key, could have been the Hera big key. More than a couple of those are very interesting, as Wallkicks was going to try to get that first chest there and then accidentally picked up the skull, so he's going to have to try this one more time.
Speaking of one more time, Alaszun's going to give the hover one more time, and doesn't get it.
And at some point, you got to start thinking, okay, so how much time am I going to sink into this? It looks like 2 attempts is going to be Alaszun's max there, because there's a very good chance that he does not need that key.
And I mean, would it help? Absolutely. But also, again, if you're gonna be meant to find it, you'll find the entrance. Speaking of entrance, there's Ice Palace.
Right. Wallkicks very, very nicely there, going through Hookshot Cave, finding himself up on top of Floating Island there, and immediately jumping in. Now, unfortunately, no red cane means we don't get to do Icebreaker, so if you haven't seen an Ice Palace bomb jump in a while, you get to see one today. Assuming this next chest doesn't immediately have Icebreaker. Not Icebreaker, but Samaria.
Just a hoard of cash to start.
Okay, and Alaszun is gonna take a second here in Swamp, which we now find we now can report Swamp is a crystal according to the C on Alazun's tracker here. So we have a little bit more knowledge of what exactly is what. That means that we're 50% chance that this that where Wallkicks is right now is going to give him a pendant. Is that am I reading that right?
Yep. Also means Hookshot and Swamp Small will be required. And I think Alaszun's about to do the GT out of logic dip that Wallkicks did. Wallkicks gonna meanwhile set up the Ice Palace bomb jump.
I mean, with Icebreaker, this is not. It went from being probably one of the most commonly used and important techs in Rando to something that, quite honestly, you don't do hardly ever anymore. But again, some things never change. It's still extremely important if you're a newer runner to go ahead and learn that bomb jump. It's not as hard as you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that mushroom paying out for nothing, and it looks like finally here at this point, Alaszun is going to make his way over to the Light World shopping mall area, the Ice Rod Cave area, where he is going to find Hype Cave and find his hammer. Which I'm not sure if he's going to be happy about finding at this point in the seed. I have to imagine he's gonna take one look at it and go, "Oh God, I'm really late to this." And well, I wonder where Arcane turned out being.
I'm in the room where you need it for Icebreaker.
Yep, and then immediately after that, we're getting a shovel. Seed is fun. Seed is fun. Still going through this real quick. We've got exactly one more thing here. It looks like, according to a quick map check there, we've got a pendant Misery Mire to report here. So we've got a green pendant there.
Jay Cooper, since Wally's going for Iced Tea Room here, I would assume he's going to go back.
Yeah, there's a good chance he'll make his way around here. Now, Alaszun on the other side, he's going to go into pod. We might get we're going to get information very quickly from both of these runners exactly which ones are which, as we get big key to Turtle Rock here in the basement of in Iced Tea Room there. And it looks like, yeah, Wallkicks is immediately going, oops, I forgot something. Should probably go get that real fast.
Maybe. I mean, look, you just found the Cane of Samaria in here. I mean, seriously, what is the chances that the big chest is also going to have something important? I mean, come on. Man,
You were really pushing that one.
Honestly, I really wanted that to be. I really wanted that. Like you could detect the sarcasm.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, now that we know that Misery Mire is a pendant, and we know where Ice Palace is, like, there's a decent, I mean, there is a chance, it's not a great chance, but there is a chance that we could be looking at a mirrorless seed.
Very nicely done. Wallkicks gonna get the hammer out. Meanwhile, Alaszun's also working on Homosar at this point. And down goes Cold Stare. Cold Stare having a green rupee and the crystal.
Right, so that's going to be crystal number 4 over there on Alaszun's side. A silver arrow to Helmasaur's face is going to give us a little bit more information there. And it looks like we're going to have a bug net from him and our last pendant.
So that means Hera is the last crystal. Alright, so we know what we have to do at this point. We gotta find Swamp Small, we gotta find Hookshot, and then, hey, you can use the Hookshot to bypass the Hera Big Key. Although, with our luck, Hookshot's gonna be blocked behind the Hera Big Key.
And I am sitting here right now trying to go, well, sword and pedestal and things and, I'm just trying to decide if there's a way that this sucker will be required right now, and I don't know. I don't think I'm seeing it necessarily. The absolute hilarious option would be something like the sword on pedestal required for hookshot on Bombo's tablet, with the other 2 swords locked behind it in swamp or something. I mean, it would have to be that level of stupid. All right, and now for Alaszun here, getting his Thieves Town key is not Thieves Town key, but getting that Thieves Town big key. Okay, there's our other sword there in the front of Turtle Rock on Alaszun's side, so we can just basically put pedestal completely out of everybody's mind right now. That thing is completely dead.
Pretty much.
To these runners here, yeah, they'll do Master Sword Silverless well before they take the time to go get that other sword.
Wallkicks, forgot about the hook shot. Now he remembers.
This is one of those times where you go, well, I am so glad I'm being restreamed right now, and everyone can see what I just did.
We've all done it.
Oh God, yes, yeah, so many times. It's a great feeling.
Ooh, there's the flute. Which
is okay.
Nice, but not really. Really only helpful for mobility at this point.
Right, like it doesn't do a whole lot outside of just being able to get to places faster here. Alaszun, unfortunately, still kind of not having a glove yet, so having to go the long way around Thieves Town there, not being able to lift up that rock. And finds that Hammer Pegs is our front entrance to Turtle Rock today, so not a place he can get out of right now. Unfortunately, no hookshot to be able to use the little glitch to pull yourself through.
That hookshot is really giving Wallkicks problems right now. Or lack of hookshot.
Yeah, both runners, really, if we're being honest here. This isn't good for Wallkicks. Oh, this is not good for Wallkicks.
Yeah, because,
I assume he's going
key, yeah, he's going for the boss.
Yeah.
Not for the Thieves Town Big Key.
Okay, so this is opening up a massive door for Alaszun right now.
Yep. Because, let's be real here, Wallkicks is going to wait a long time to come back for this.
Yeah. Probably. Like, the thing is it's... Pod's not the worst location. I mean, it's sitting there in the... It's sitting there at the, basically, Dark Chapel. It's not the worst place to get to, and the big key chest is one of the faster ones to get to in Pod. It's not like you're gonna have to talk yourself to going into Harmless Hellway or something like that. I could see a scenario where he gets to it relatively quickly, but yeah, no, there's very little good here for Wallkicks. Because, like you mentioned, he could easily decide, I'm just not doing that for forever. I mean, if I'm being honest, I kind of expect him not to do that until the very end, and yeah, you don't want to leave stuff against Alaszun. Any runner at this level here, when you're down to like the last 6 runners in this tournament, can definitely make you regret a whole lot of decisions there.
Helmets are down for Wallkicks. I will say the one thing that does kind of benefit Wallkicks is, I mean, granted we didn't see the Thieves Town, well wait, no, actually we did. Wasn't much in the back anyway.
Well, that's actually kind of a bad thing, because that means everything in the game is going to be open to him. He's going to have everywhere else here. Now, Alaszun taking that sewer key and going all the way to the back is just going to get rewarded with a blue king.
I do have to admit, you are right. I did try to give a sunny side up, and well, that didn't work out. So anyway, yeah.
I don't want to be negative there, but that is one of the worst things that could have happened to Wallkicks, unfortunately, because that is as orphaned of a check as you could get it. Now we're gonna have both runners basically in the same area there, because we're both headed up towards the catfish area. Wallkicks gonna be slightly faster here. I'm seeing lots of people telling me that Wallkicks tends to clean up after himself there pretty well. And gonna get a lamp off of Catfish. You know, not necessary, but you're not gonna say no to it.
No, you're not.
Okay, and it looks like Alaszun, if I'm reading his movements right here, I think we're headed back towards Desert. So he's going to get his first. He's going to get his first glove in just a moment. Alaszun heading to the Dark World shopping mall area here. Going to be able to check these 3 entrances that we haven't seen. I'm not really sure what else there is for him to find outside of something like Misery Mire.
Well, C-shaped house. Agate Tower key. So that's a one-off location.
Yeah, and there's the glove over there on Alaszun's side. Gonna run back here and get his red mail. And
Alright.
that
And
is
that-
all.
Dark shopping wall not giving us much.
Wow, so from what I can tell here, that pretty much guarantees that Misery Mire has to be locked behind the mirror. Because, oh, well, there is a couple of other possible, two possible places that, maybe two or three places that are locked behind the glove right now. And I guess we'll have to see exactly, if that's where Misery Mire is, we might see a dip there. Bomb Shop is just sitting directly in Kakariko. Super easy to get to, as we get another key to Ganon's Tower. We're seeing a lot of predictions for where the mirror is right now. We could almost get one of the people in chat there to get a bet going if we wanted to.
Alright.
Wallkicks goes ahead and opens up his flute.
And as always, the Hawk's about to rock, and we salute you. Okay, well, just going back in the desert. I think this might be to go back up on Hyrule Castle and check the Aga Tower door.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where he's going there. I mean, there's not a few... Or no, it looks like we might be going back up to the top of the mountain here. Maybe gonna go check that Spiral Cave entrance. That is a whole lot of nothing there. Now, one thing that Wallkicks could do, is if he decides to, is he can take himself down to the Vanilla Desert entrance there and pop over there. Instead, we're going to do real fast, since we got that Castle Tower key. Why don't we just go ahead and do these two items really fast, or I guess single item in Wallkicks' case. Alaszun going to show us one of these rocks that we haven't seen before, and it is absolutely nothing.
Meanwhile, the second item in the Aga Tower is also nothing.
Man, this will... So, where is this mirror? Like, seriously, we're an hour and 30 minutes in. Where is this stupid mirror? Tile room? Sure, why not? I mean, yeah, it's probably... we did get the... we did get that GT Big Key pretty early, but we also did get that GT Big Key behind the lamp, which was behind Catfish. So, I mean, it is in logic, but it's not as early as we kind of maybe feel. I don't know. At this point, it is just trying to figure out exactly what is the next best thing to do. As I guess Wallkicks has not been over to this part of the desert yet. Here, he's gonna find Swamp Palace in about 2 seconds, but with exactly, well, yeah, no, exactly one thing he can check in it, since he doesn't have the small keys. So this is gonna be a quick dead end for him as well.
And out he goes.
Okay. Man, this is one time where I wish I had kept one of my sheets for tracking locations in front of me, because right now I'm kind of curious what we're missing. I'm trying to think. We haven't seen Sasharala. I know that much. Or didn't see Sasharala, did we?
I don't think so. I think that was a map check that got us the green pendant.
Okay, so that probably is the last of our big locations, because I know we've seen both of the Pyramid Fairies. We've seen all of the other like big 5-item caves. Seen all the 2-item caves. It's I mean, honestly, it might be a case of we need to find Misery Mire.
Possibly. Liberty Fires asking about left side GT. The only left side check that is not locked by the hook shot is the double firebar room. The thing about the double firebar room, you need all 4 pod keys to check it. Or logically to check it.
Right. And just trying to figure out what's going on here. So we get the ice rod.
That is rude.
Yeah. Well, guess we'll go kill Trinex, because why not?
I mean, you might as well.
Wait! You don't want to go this way. Oh wait, we're gonna get the this chest here. There's our mirror.
Gosh.
Okay, that was stupid. Trying to remember exactly where was that where was that TR key? Man, where was it?
The GT small?
No. The TR big key. It was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain. It'll come to me in a couple of minutes. There, we're hearing Ice Palace there. He just sent me a note. Oh, thank you, Jinxie. Jinxie just sent me a note and is now yelling at me.
Jinxie has this note page and sent us the picture of it.
The problem is I now have to try to read
Ice Palace.
Ice Palace Ice Palace Ice Tea, right? Thank you, Jinxie. We love you.
I can type, Jinxie will solve the murder, or Jinxie will murder us. One of those two things is gonna happen.
Oh, man. So, we are gonna finally be able to check all of these mirror spots that we have had access to.
Oh, hey, there's Spiral Cave.
Oh, that's a lovely one. Well, we'll be back in a minute to check that, no doubt.
Oh, hey, there's also Ice Rock Cave.
Okay. I mean, at this point, it is just like, hey, let's just check every single thing and hope that we run into it. Because Hookshot and Swamp Small look to be the big hang-ups. Now, for Wally, he's going to need one more pod key somewhere in here. And Alaszun is deciding that we're gonna go for the hover. They're getting across. Well done there. It's gonna hover Hookshot Cave. Gets the first item here. Gonna set up a couple of bonks here to get him to this next couple of things. He's got one more hover to try to get this last one. Now, with the way the seed is going, though, there's a decent chance that Hookshot might just be our go mode. So then, in this case, there is something here that we just don't. We might not even be needing to do this on his side, as nothing here in Hookshot Cave.
Nope. Still gets it done. Still peace of mind that that's, nothing of requirement is there. Spiral Cave also just having a big 20. And
well, that's the entire desert area taken care of just immediately. That's kind of, I guess, that's kind of nice.
All right, Alaszun is going into Ice Palace. There wasn't anything on. Let me just look at Jinxie's notes. I don't think there was anything on. I don't think there was anything on Floating Island.
It was a single arrow.
Okay, so even though we just found the floating island through Hookshot Cave, not gonna need to worry about that.
No, I think we're all right here. Alaszun deciding that the easiest way to take care of these guys would be to use his Quake, but the thing is if you're going to do that, you can't do it when they're all jumping.
Yeah, small problem there.
Third time's a charm. And he's got it. Alright.
Alright, Graveyard Ledge is,
That's the back of or the top of a Death Mountain Descent right there.
King's Tomb is Meyer.
And yeah, so Wallkicks knows that this is a pendant. He knows this is the green pendant, I believe. But this is also our last dungeon. And we do have those 3 Meyer keys, which just, if you play Key Sanity, is going to throw alarm bells off at you. Because if you get 3 Meyer keys, you start going, okay, that doesn't usually happen. Let me go over here first. Although, you know, this is rando, and there is a fairly decent chance that you come over here, grab those keys, and go, and then immediately just find nothing. So Alaszun making his way through. I think he's mistimed the Quake again. Nope. Okay. I wasn't sure. It looked like 2 of those had gotten up there. Okay, so now that's a pod key.
Alright, so, Wally, you just gotta think 4th dimensionally. Go back to the Dark World. Go back to Dark World. Go to the Dark Chapel. And go back into pod.
Yeah, he's right next to it.
Just channel your inner Doc Brown. Think 4th dimensionally. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, he's right next to the thing that he needs. So if he goes ahead and gets that, and Alaszun grabs his Cane of Samaria there, he's about to go get his shovel from this very next chest up in Ice Palace. Now, there's a pretty... I mean, yeah, this is about as well timed for Wallkicks as you could possibly do, but you know, at the same time, you're an hour and 40 minutes into a Crosskey siege, you might start thinking about, okay, other things you want to do. It's so easy to get distracted and just go other places. And just forget to grab things there for pretty much forever. But, you know, there's a reason these guys are at the level that they are. They are very, very good at this game. Alaszun almost doing what Wallkicks did there and forgetting to jump down for this Ice Palace big chest.
I just tempered.
All right, that's fantastic there for Wallkicks there. Unfortunately, Alaszun's still dealing with this. Okay.
You know what that means, right?
Every single check in the game is open now?
You have to have the mirror to get into Meyer because the Titan's mitts are blocked by it.
Yeah. Nope, yeah, you are 100% right there. Good call. And, yeah, Hookshot and Purple Chest does seem like something this game would do if the game just wants to be a complete putz to you. Wallkicks. Wallkicks. You missed the chest, bud. Oh, he can't get it. He can't get it right now because he doesn't have Hookshot.
Yeah, that problem again.
Right. So, now question for Wallkicks.
You go back. You have to go back.
You at this point, you gotta go back, right? I mean, you're still missing items. You're not gonna just leave a random chest there.
No, you have to do it.
Now,
we keep pumping up this hook shot. We should point out, we do still also need the Swamp Small Key.
Right. Right. I mean, one of those things we're gonna need. We're gonna need both of those here. I mean, it is kind of funny though. I mean, considering that's everything that, well, on our side, I guess that's everything that Alaszun needs. Yes, because Alaszun still needs a sword as well to get to this point. Alright, we're going to take down Vitreous here. Cold Stare is down over on Alaszun's side here, so get a Mirror Shield for Wallkicks there, gets a green pen, and Alaszun, on the other side, gets his 5th crystal of the day. And Wallkicks immediately goes back in for that last chest there on the bridge.
You know, I do have to eat my words earlier. If we were still sitting at Master Sword right now, and I know that the sword is on pedestal, I'm totally right now just killing Trinex and getting that sword just so I know I have tempered.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is one of those things there. No.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, Wallkicks is gonna see that. Yeah, I kind of wondered if by missing that one chest, that might not immediately jump out of his mind there that he should go back into pod for that one check. Well, we're gonna have to see exactly when he decides to make his way back there.
Yeah, I think Jay Coper is making the right point. At this point, I think Wallkicks is trying to find Sahasrahla.
I mean, with that mirror, there's a few places everything is unlocked. So trying to figure out exactly which one of these is the right one is going to be the trick here. And
not to mention the Titan's mitts.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything's open right now.
Right. So we're gonna get to that as quickly as we can here. Interesting to see exactly where these guys head to next.
Oh, there's Sahasrahla, and he only has a piece of heart.
So
that meant you had to get the mirror to get the Titan's mitts, beat Vitreous to get to Sahasrahla and the hook shot!
That's the big one right there, yeah. Okay, so we got a hook shot in the back, so now it's a... Now, man, oh boy. What are we doing here now? So we got a Swamp Small over for just general no mode for us. But the trick is, oh, are we gonna climb for that? Are we gonna climb?
Well, we're gonna do right side first, it looks like.
Right, he's still looking for that. This is the thing. This is where it gets into for Wallkicks right now, is that Thieves Town big key, which we know is just sitting in pod. The one check that he has left in pod. This is where things get really iffy, because if he finds that Swamp Small key, he's gonna 100% go clear Swamp. He's gonna clear every single chest in there. Very nice dodging of the tiles over here on Wallkick's side.
Yeah, if he finds a Swamp Small key, he will full clear Swamp. Alright, 4 items. Piece heart. $50. 20 bucks. 20 bucks.
So we know it's not right side. And now the moment of truth is Wallkicks just going to go ahead and just climb up GT as we're going to get a no on that. Alaszun on the other side, though, he is going to make his way back to try next. Now this will work out for him, provided he doesn't immediately save and quit and he goes back in. He takes the second there to knock down all of the hammer pegs. Because if he comes back in, wait. Oh no, he already did that. So he's already got the Master Sword. That's right.
So now he's gonna do front of escape, which has for him silvers.
Now I wonder if him picking up Wallkicks picking up this 6th pod key here in the escape sequence, if that's gonna kind of tell him, maybe I should grab that next time that I'm over in that area, which for him is just the save and quit when he's there.
Trinex has compass.
Alright, so I guess that pretty much, well, I guess we don't know for sure yet, but that there is a big key still sitting on the Spectacle Rock connector that we have not found yet. And that probably, at this point, is likely to be, it's going to be either the Hera big key or it's going to be the Swamp big key. So might see the runners still kind of look for that one. I don't know. It's hard to say because both of those aren't really super necessary right now. Okay, so that's 6 pod keys now for Wallkicks plus silver arrows. What's more is both of these, one of these connectors does open the Mimic Cave here. That's going to be the right Hyrule Castle connector for Wallkicks there. Is going to go ahead and open up the Mimic Cave entrance, which is something that we have not seen yet.
Here, Alaszun tried and failed. Well, didn't get it.
He got very, very close and then just didn't quite get there. So we're still not 100% sure what that one is going to be. We kind of know that it's not particularly important.
It's either got to be Swamp or Hera at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that would be important is if that's the Hera big key, and then we've got the Swamp small key locked in the Hera big chest, which at that point is just basically the comedy option. Alright, Alaszun now going to make his way into the right side of GT as well. Going to get his whole lot of nothing. Wallkicks getting his whole lot of nothing out of the back of this and saves and quits. So we're not going to go see that Mimic Cave right now.
Alright.
Now, climbing for Alaszun might be a bit risky. Now, Wallkicks on the other side, we're going to go into Hookshot Cave really fast. I'm going to get these couple of chests. He's also extremely close to both Tower of Hera and where Pod is there at Dark Chapel. So he might clean up. If he cleans up his mess right now, that's going to basically eliminate the kind of advantage that Alaszun has. But no, it looks like we're headed up on Dark Death Mountain again.
Yeah, so for those that might have just joined us, so Mirror leads to Misery Mire King's Tomb, which you need for Titan's Mints. And then Vitreous being the green pendant, you have to get the Titan's Mints and beat Vitreous to then go to the Ice Palace location where Sahasrahla is, and the hookshot is in Sahasrahla's closet. So I guess actually you don't need the green pendant, you just need to get Titan's Mitts and then bail.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even 100% sure that we need Titansmiths yet.
Well, you needed it for the hook
Oh, you
shot.
need him for Sashirala. Yeah, you're right. Nope, take it back. Take it back. I am wrong there. Sorry, my computer's been chugging a little bit, so I think I've been fooling with it on my side. But yeah, you're right. We need that. We need those Titansmiths 100%. So for Alaszun, he's making his way kind of over there. Okay, now for Wallkicks, if he takes a quick right.
He doesn't.
Let's go. Okay, we're going to Hera first. And this is a 2-hour intense. That felt like a 2-hour intense like Herapot right there, where you're starting to wonder where your opponent is. so your little like one frame movements and such like that start getting a little less clean than they would have been probably about 30-40 minutes ago. But either way, gets the Herapot very nicely over on Wallkick's side. Gonna move up to Moldarm here, take him out real fast.
Alright, troll arm down, swing and a spin, and a troll is a dead. For a big 20.
Alright, so it's nothing interesting, but that is another crystal. So we're at 5 crystals each on both runners' side here. We're just kind of waiting to see if at one point Wallkicks is gonna. At what point Wallkicks will make his way back to pod, and at what point will Alaszun? He's gonna go for this big key again.
Doesn't get it.
Less of a big deal this time because for Alaszun, this is going to take him into the mire area so he can just check what is over there.
Wallkicks, meanwhile, going to turn in the Smith. Just bombs.
I mean, is that small key going to be at the very top of GT? I mean, it kind of feels like that might be what we're doing here.
Alright. Turning in the lunchbox.
We've got a couple of mirror locked locations still left here on Wallkick's side. He's gonna give us the first look at here. First one being this race game, the race game entrance. Probably also see Cave 45 before he leaves the lunchbox behind.
Oh!
What are you, my friend? You're a small key to what?
Ice Palace.
Okay. Being extra sure that he's not going to leave the purple chest behind there. It takes just an extra second there to make sure that it is actually connected to him.
Okay, I imagine this will be South Grove. And then we'll jaunt over to turn in the lunchbox. South Grove is...
Oh, that's an awkward place for that purple chest. Is he going to be able to get that?
He got it.
Okay. Wasn't 100% sure he was going to get that there. Now he's just going to leave it behind and dash that thing directly over to Gary here. See if he's got our Swamp Small. Man, on Wallkicks side, I don't know if you really want the Swamp Small to be here. It's probably check this and then immediately go climb that stinking thing, as he's sitting at 19 hearts right now.
Well, there is
It is a small key.
And that's it.
Oh, it's you know, I think Wallkicks probably is still okay here, because the problem for him is he's still got it's that he left the Thieves Town big key in the pod big key chest, and he's gonna probably full clear Swamp, and he's right next to GT as well. So I almost feel like he gets the 10 items out of Swamp. He heads up to or it's probably not 10 items, but 9 items out of Swamp here. Heads up to GT looking for that Thieves Big Key, as we find that it's the key to Swamp Palace in here, and as Alaszun shows that his real anger with not being able to have gotten that in the 3 attempts that he made.
Yeah. All right. So at this point, this is the situation right now. Alaszun has got to get to the mire at King's Tomb, get the Titan's Mitts, use those Titan's Mitts to get to Sahasrah's closet for the hook shot, then get to the lunchbox for the Swamp Small, and that will put Alaszun in go mode. Assuming Alaszun can Herapod, which, again, I assume Alaszun can Herapod. Wallkicks needs to get back to pod to get that pod big key chest, as you said, to get the Thieves Town big key, and then Wallkicks is in go mode.
Yeah, this is the problem. That's the biggest problem for Wallkicks right now. Is he's got to get back to that one chest, whereas Alaszun mostly just follows the progression.
Which at this point, Wallkicks, you're gonna do Swamp, and then at that point, you're really like, unless you find Hera big, okay, maybe you Hera pot again. But otherwise, like, you're at this point, you're pretty much down to either Trinex, pods, the pod big key chest, or the gauntlet. I feel like okay, in my position, I don't know if I'd be doing gauntlet before doing either Trinex or pod big key chest. Yes, Wallkicks did skip left side.
Yeah, well, Wallkicks is right now 1 item from go mode, so he's playing the chance that if it's just back here, there's no point in him doing left side now. I would be stunned if he doesn't immediately come back in after completing this, but yeah. Well, anyway, Wallkicks is going to go on his way back over to kill Argus right now, as Alaszun is just still desperately trying to figure out where his mirror and basically where his mirror is right now. He needs to get himself over to Turtle Rock to just open up the Crystal Roller Room.
And to reset the stakes, Wally has the 1-0 win in this quarterfinal series. So if Wallkicks pulls it out, he's on his way to the semis. Alaszun's fighting for his tournament life to force a game 3.
And yeah, I'm needing to catch up here. Yeah, no, Alaszun has already got the mirror. He just needs to get himself to mire.
I wasn't thinking about the. Yeah. Oh, no, it's Lunchbox again. Lunchbox has a Swamp Small, not Bombo's tablet.
It's same area there, so I mean, it's just trying to figure out exactly at what point we're down to, you know, we've hit the 2-hour mark. And we are just trying to figure out exactly where to go right now. Wallkicks is going to make his way there. He's left side. I'm a little surprised by that.
All right, here comes the gauntlet.
And yeah, so this is actually also kind of surprising over on Alaszun's side here because he won't be able to get... He can only get the first 3 chests. Unless he pulls off some magic there with a Moldorm bounce. He's not going to be able to get that last chest there.
Oh. Wallkicks is about to get the swamp big. Could this send Wallkicks back to swamp?
Good question. Maybe. Depends. Where is Wally going to start here? Alright, he's starting at the house. This looks like he probably might go back to that area. We might see dueling climbs here, honestly, in just a second. Yeah, this looks like a climb from Wallkicks.
Yep. Nope! Oh. He head fakes this and heads to swamp.
Alright, so we know that there's not going to be anything over here. Best case scenario for this is for Wallkicks is that he gets like Butter Sword out of this now. Yeah, and Jinxie Girl, one of our trackers there, pointing out something that I think I kind of see as well. We can see Alaszun's map tracker right now for entrances, and it does kind of look like that he might have checked off King's Doom, and if that's true, he's in real bad shape.
Yeah.
Okay, and our other tracker there, Tofile, saying that King's Doom is unchecked on his tracker. It's kind of hard. We get a much smaller version there, and I'm trying to see it there. It's always interesting to see exactly how everybody in the community uses marks their trackers there, especially if people use Ceph Tracker. Everybody's got a different method for keeping track of their entrances. Okay, we're about to see left side over here on Wallkicks' side. We already know that actually, as was pointed out to me a second ago, there's nothing, absolutely nothing over here for Wallkicks as we get the Tower of Hera big key. So climb, was required.
Ish.
In a sense. And okay, Alaszun is gonna go kill Moldorm here, and then we're gonna get to see at least an attempt at the hover across the gap.
Meanwhile, the Hera Small is in the left side of the swamp.
All right, here he goes. We're gonna get across this gap here, Alaszun. Oh God, the unintended map check.
Oh! That's the map to pod, and Wally's about to join Alaszun in... Well, Alaszun's leaving as Wally's entering.
Okay, so... complete bust over on Alaszun's side. But he is going to go to the right here. No, he's not going to go to the right.
He's going to Hera.
All right. Makes sense with just getting that big key. You want to go ahead and get this out of the way immediately. It's going to be very quick. Choosing not to Herapod. It's not... Herapod is faster. It's not obscenely faster if you're just coming in with the big key. I want to say it saves a handful of seconds.
It's also
very hard to do without the hook shot. Yes. Yep. Yep. I'm tired. Sorry.
We got each other for.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get myself into league shape for when that starts up here next week, and I actually have to start doing talking again. All right. Either way, Alaszun up to Moldorm now. Gonna go ahead and get his crystal and his 20 rupees. Nice kill on land mode 2 there on Wallkicks' side. And there you go. There is crystal number 6 for Alaszun. Now he needs to continue to the right as soon as he leaves Hera here and make his way into Misery Mire. He does that. He's on the right path, at least. Wallkicks is quickly getting up to the top of GT here. Is going to find that there's a fat lot of nothing. The Hera big key, though, might push him back into the area that he needs to go to. Because Hera and Pod are basically next to each other.
Yep. Alaszun needs to get into Mire, which is at King's Tomb. Get Titan's Mitts. Ice Palace location has the Hospitala, which has the hook shot in the closet. Then Lunchbox leads to Swamp Small. Wallkicks, just gotta go back into Pod. Pod big key chest has the Thieves Town big key.
Wallkicks unfortunately throwing that bomb with perfect precision to make it there stick to the wall instead of going onto the conveyor belt there. Either way, gets the second one, no problem. Alaszun looks like he's now done his magic bat. There, he's up to 19 hearts as well. We're about to see Alaszun check Graveyard Ledge real fast. And Wallkicks saves and quits from the top of GT. And we are going to be very close to where Wallkicks needs to go.
Alaszun is going where he needs to go, into Mire.
I mean, still big advantage at the moment here to Wallkicks because he's only got one thing that he needs to find really quick. And his checks are basically, let me Hera pot really fast, or let me go check the Pod big chest. Now, Alaszun, his mitts are kind of in the I want to say it's either the map chest or the compass. It's the map chest here in Mire, and I gotta be honest, Alaszun's gonna full clear this. I mean, he's gonna go all the way back to Vidi. He's gonna do that because Vidi's the green pendant as well. So. All right, gets his 3 bombs.
Wallkicks is gonna go ahead and do Hera Basement.
All right, so a little bit more time here. Given back to Alaszun. Alaszun going for the left side first here, as we probably are going to get to see cutscenes in stereo in just a moment.
So since we're getting cutscenes in stereo, once again, please be sure to give both Alaszun and Wallkicks follows on Twitch for this entertaining race they've been putting on. Also, shout-outs to our trackers, Tofile and Jinxie Girl. And Days Cloud, it's been certainly a pleasure having you in the commentary booth. I know you're depending on how much longer we got, you may need a bailer. So at least while you're here, shout you out for pleasurable commentary while we get the cape at the Hera basement.
And Jinxie just hit a full-on blackout bingo on on Wallkicks tracker there. And going right.
Come on. Go up. Yep, there we go.
Okay, yeah, this is basically gonna do it for this entire seed.
Yep. That's probably gonna be GG there.
Wait, we're going the wrong way. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, and this is where I think we kind of have to mention to Wallkicks at some point. You know, he never checked Hobo.
Won't matter. 2 hours, 14 minutes, 43 seconds. Wallkicks is in go mode.
And with that, almost at exactly the same time, maybe 10 seconds after that, Alaszun picks up his mitts, which is the last piece of his puzzle. And it's just going to be a quick dash down to the archery game here. That's where Thieves Town's at. Ganon's sitting over at the useless ferry up there by the witch's hut. So this is going to be real quick. Alaszun going for the hover there, not quite getting it, deciding, you know what, it's been 2 hours, 15 minutes, my hands are tired, I'm just going to go the easy way.
The nice thing about having the Thieves Town small key in go mode is you don't need to worry about getting the other one. You just gotta get the key here in order to get up to the attic to bomb the attic, and then just go right for blind. Fourth sword was on pedestal beer. Kicks knows. Doesn't matter right now. JC's like, go ahead, ask me where something is. I know where everything is.
That's true. I've seen her tracker. She has like detailed notes, and they're extremely like tidy. Like the handwriting is perfect. There's highlighters and everything. I mean, it is quite impressive. All right, Wallkicks making his way really quickly down here. He's gonna go pick up the maiden that swears she is a maiden and just wants to go out of here. And I guess, to be honest, I am a little disappointed that we're at 19 hearts and we didn't just bother to go all the way up to the full 20 hearts at this point. I mean, if you come this far, you might as well go a little bit further, right?
Yeah, well, really doesn't matter. All Wallkicks cares about right now is hitting the semifinals.
And it does, outside of something unbelievably tragic happening, that is likely what's going to happen here in just a minute. As he takes down Blind for his 7th crystal, it's going to be a quick mirror as soon as he picks up the crystal, and a flute to 2, and then one just one quick Ganon fight, and we'll be all done.
Yep, it is in fact time for the big pig.
And there goes Wallkicks right now as Alaszun is about to go get his lamp here off of Catfish. Honestly, at this point, you're probably in the back of your head. You're at, almost 220 in here. You haven't seen a dot done yet. You're just thinking to yourself, oh yeah, it's going to come here. And it's going to come pretty quick.
Wallkicks making quick work of phase 1 and 2. Phase 3. Alaszun is about to get his hook shot.
Yeah, which from Alaszun's perspective doesn't help him at all because he's already done hookshot cave and left side GT, so there's not a whole lot left for him to do.
Nope. And just need 3 more silver skewers. 2. 1. And that'll do it.
Go ahead.
Just gotta wait for that bridge to open up. And with that, Wallkicks finishes with an official race time GG time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, 16 seconds, and more importantly, is on to the semifinals.
Get your GGs there into chat for Wallkicks. It is he has done the deed, and like you mentioned, he is into the our final 4 for this, and he'll be going up against trying to remember exactly who's on his side of the bracket right now.
And I can go ahead and report that Alaszun is about to forfeit.
As right, we've got that's going to be Humbug, right? Humbug going up, matching up against Wallkicks in the next round here. So that is going to be a really, really good match coming up as well. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk to these two guys here if they're willing in just a minute. Looks like I see a Wallkicks in the waiting room right now. It's probably going to find, probably just give it just a second, see if Alaszun would like to join us too, but since we got Wallkicks here, GG's, bud, and congratulations on making it to the final 4.
Yo, GG's. Wow. I didn't think I was gonna make it this far.
That you're really, really worrying us with that going to pod, leaving the big key chest behind.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? It happens. Funny enough, like when I picked up the pod big key the first time, I had another key. Had I decided at that moment to hold on to it in advance for completing the dungeon once I picked up a bow, I would have used that key on the vanilla big key chest instead of Harmless Hellway. But you don't think about those things.
No.
Plus, I don't know if you guys notice it in my gameplay. I'm really tired. I probably have 60 bonks. I'm exhausted right now.
Well, hey, you won, and that's really the important thing that matters at this point is getting the W.
Yeah.
And we are gonna be joined by Alaszun. GG.
Should have gotten the butter sword.
I thought about it, when I found
if I had actually looked, because you were done right, you finished right as I checked pad. If I had actually looked, I would have pulled it in forfeit.
Sorry, man.
Because I was immediately I was fluting to 3 to do Smith Chain at that point.
Okay. I know.
Sorry, GG's, dude.
Yeah, no,
congratulations.
Dude, GG.
I'm a salt mine right now, but it takes nothing from you.
Yeah, this seed was crap.
The only
Go ahead.
that GT climb actually made me want to commit murder when there was nothing behind that Hera Big.
No.
I put off that climb for so long.
I almost did it at like the 20-minute mark.
That sequence of Hera, of basically having to get the mirror, go to Meyer, get the Titan's Mitts, and Titan's Mitts takes you to hookshot. Like, that was rude.
I definitely told myself not to climb until I found the lamp, because I knew GT Big was lamp locked. Not that it really meant a whole lot, but I kind of wanted to see where in logic this game expected me to have the GT Big.
I honestly assumed the lamp was on the climb, and so just didn't give a shit at that point, just went for it.
Interesting.
I also didn't have glove or hammer for like 80 minutes in that seed, and so I had like just lead orphans all over the map.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Like at that point, like I'm just dead. There's literally nothing I can do.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised I ended up being as close as I was like a purple chest and a swamp palace and Ganon behind, so probably like 6 minutes out.
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean, literally all I had left before I found Thieves Big was Trinex, and because I seem to love to not do him, Hobo.
I was going to ask you about Hobo.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was Thieves Big keeping me in it. If none of because I was doing like the worst things I could think of, because I just felt like I knew I was out of sequence from getting to West Darkworld the entire time, and I'm like, but there's so many items that put this in sequence.
Sure.
And so I just put off going to the Ice Rock Cave area for so long, hoping to get a glove before I did it. And finally I'm like, you know what? Like, I need to go there. There's something here logically. And so, of course, it was the hammer. And the Desert Small. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's do everything the hammer opens. And it was nothing. Honestly, I'm a really, really good seed to end on, because I don't really want to play after this seed.
Fair. Very fair.
I also hate myself for like having a successful, like my hover's on point the entire time except the 4 fucking times I tried to hover that big key on Spec Rock, assuming it was going to be the Hera big key, and hope I could like sequence break around a mirror or something like that, which I could have, except it was still the Swamp big key. I don't think I've rage bombed anything in like 2.5 years, but I rage bombed that key.
And we enjoyed that. We enjoyed that.
And then I rage bombed that mirror shield, which I also did before I had the lamp.
I definitely contemplated just hard resetting at the very beginning when I picked up the shield in Link's house. I'm like, yeah, but I decided, you know what? Nah, it's just.
We should have
worth it.
discussed the scenario in advance, because if you had agreed to it, I would have done it. But it was one of those things like, man, it's not actually worth it to do it.
Yeah, of course not, but no, it would have been funny.
I still am like, come on, this is how we're starting? And then I, like, found fucking Paradox Cave with no bombs. So I got to do that sequence, like...
So you and I both did Old Man Rescue in the Dark probably very early.
Not like 40 seconds. Or no, not
yeah.
Sorry, like 2 minutes, like right after the hula hand, basically.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you and I had the same opening round. So yes, like you, I also found Paradox with no bombs.
Yep.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of the game, you guys were in lockstep. It was
I wanted to forfeit 10 minutes into the seed. Like, I've honestly been done with the seed since I found that Paradox Cave. And I'm just like, it would probably be unsporting to forfeit now.
Well, unfortunately, Alaszun, this is where we have to bid farewell to you in the tournament, but still GG's for making the top 8 and getting this far in the Crosskeys tournament.
I was just hoping to I was hoping to hit 6 and 2 and make the qualifier rank. I'm perfectly happy with where I ended up. And now my time frees up, which is nice.
I know that feeling. Wallkicks, you, however, are moving on to the semifinals. I think it was Humbug you're up against?
Yeah, I get to race Humbug. I'm sorry for probably delaying the end of the tournament, because With my job now, I can't imagine I'm going to have a whole lot of availability with Humbug, and so we're probably looking at weekend matches. I've already got veterans that I'm cramming in this week, including one on Saturday, and league starts Sunday. I'm a busy person right now.
I know the feeling, Wallkicks. I know the feeling. So, granted, I don't have tournament races to run, but I still know the feeling about work.
But super, very much looking forward to racing Humbug. And Alaszun, it's always a pleasure and honor racing you, dude.
I mean, honestly, like, there's no one I'm more okay going out to than you.
Appreciate it, man.
There's nobody left in the tournament that I'm like, if I lose to, I feel bad. But like, you're a stand-up guy. Like, I'd be super happy to see. Like, you've already made a nice run. I'm already super happy to see that. And
yeah. And now we just hope to continue it.
Probably. Well, I won't tell you how many people in the tournament still that I would root ahead of you, but it's not many.
Appreciate it.
It is a number less than 5.
Let me think about that number. Anyway, moving on. Please be sure to give both Alaszun and Wallkicks follows on Twitch again for the entertaining race that they gave us. And again, our trackers, Top File, Jinxie Girl, Days Cloud, my co-commentator, and is it Aardvark I gotta turn it over to?
Yeah, that's me. I'll just play us out here. Let's see. What do people need to know? Our first game of the semifinals is Goomba versus Zelda, and that's on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Probably right here on this chat. We'll see how the schedule works out. I'll link the schedule in the chat so everyone can go and check out all the other good stuff we got going on. We got Majora's Mask and Zelda 2 randomizers tomorrow. So check out all that good Zelda speedruns action. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time.